Hello everyone and welcome back to the class. My name is Audrey and today we'll have a speaking practice exercise, okay? So if you look in the description you'll see a link, and this link is to all the speaking topics that we are going to look at today. Okay, so the point of this exercise that we're doing is not just to practice our speaking, but to practice our listening, okay? So while one person is speaking about a certain topic, everybody in the class will be listening carefully, including me. I'll be listening carefully and making sure to write down or to remember any mistakes that the speaker makes. And after the speaker's done, we'll correct those mistakes, okay? So if you've joined one of my speaking practice lessons before, then you'll be familiar with this practice. Okay, but again, the link is both in the chat and in the description. So be looking through that link, looking at the different topics and thinking about which one you'd like to speak to the class about. It doesn't matter what you talk about, but we're really going to focus on correcting those errors that we make most, okay? So a lot of times when we're speaking, we make errors and we don't really think about it too much, but we're going to try and focus on those errors and try and focus on the errors of your classmates, okay? So don't feel nervous. We are going to be listening to you and correcting your mistakes, but don't worry because this is the best way to improve your speech, okay? So just a suggestion, you can try and remember if you like, but I'm going to have a piece of paper so that I can write down mistakes that I hear. So it looks like Carlos has his piece of paper. Great. Excellent. Those of you, the rest of you in the class, you can get a sheet if you would like, okay? So remember, while the other is talking, we're listening and writing down any mistakes that we hear. Even if you think it's a mistake, it's an opportunity to ask a question and to solve any doubts that you have. Okay, so open up that document. I'll put it up on the screen just for now so you can see what we're talking about. Several topics that you can choose from or you can make your own. But let's see who we have here. Welcome Alpha, welcome Carlos. How are you today?
Thank you, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Excellent, nice to see you. Nice to see that you have your paper, you're ready, you're prepared. Okay, we also have Igor. Welcome back, Igor.
Yes, hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Okay, we have Ermilo. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent, nice to see you today, Ermilo. And we have Jungwoon. Is your microphone working this time? We can't hear you just yet. Again, you might need to unmute your microphone. Maybe that's the problem. Just click on that red microphone icon. I'm sorry. I hope that you can get your microphone fixed, but we'll come back to you. Okay, so again, on my screen, you can see the speaking topics. I'll just keep them up there just for a moment so you can look at them. But go ahead and look at them on your own screen. Look at the link and pick. We'll probably have time for several topics, so pick one of the first topics that you'd like to talk about. Talk about it for 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, however long you want. And while you're talking, we will listen to your mistakes, okay? So we're not going to be interrupting you. We'll listen to you, and then we'll tell you your mistakes. So let's start first with Carlos. Carlos, are you ready with a topic?
Yes, I'm ready, teacher.
Excellent. Which topic have you chosen?
What is the most interesting thing have you learned recently?
Okay, excellent. So in just a moment you'll start. Again, everybody be listening for specifically for mistakes, okay? Mistakes that Carlos makes. You might need to write them down so that you can remember. And after
Okay.
he's done, we'll correct him. Okay, so go ahead, Carlos, if you would tell us what the
The
most
the most interesting thing I just learned is the price, the variations of the price of the tires for the cars. I was working for a company like a salesman into another country, but at the moment I'm working at the same company like administrative, and I have to access to the price of the tire. Every day is different. I don't know exactly the reason. Maybe my work consists to look over or check over the price of another company in her web system every day, and I copy the more cheaper from one company to mine. That's
Sorry.
all.
Okay, very interesting. So you learned the variation of price with the tires.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Okay. So, did anybody, while Carlos was speaking, hear any mistakes that he made, or mistakes that he might have made?
Anyone?
It
I
means you did
think
an excellent job.
from my point of view, Carlos should have a microphone near his mouth because for me it's hard to understand because when he speaks with microphone from laptop or computer. So for me it's
Okay.
hard to understand. It's echo kind of sound is not high quality. So for me was hard to understand.
Okay, okay. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little hard, especially if we're looking for specific words and word usage. But did anybody else hear anything? I just heard two things, and I'll mention them to you now, just small things. The first thing that you said, and probably just a mistake of talking quickly, you said, at the moment I working. At the moment I working. Okay, so make sure that you say either I am or I'm working. Okay? Okay, and the other thing you said is you said the price more cheap. And what would be the correct way of saying that?
Cheaper.
Exactly, exactly. The cheaper price. And so we
Yeah.
put cheaper in front. So instead of the price more cheap, it's the cheaper price. And it might even be, depending on the context, the cheapest price. Okay?
Okay.
Let me type that.
We can say lower price.
You could say the lower or the lowest price or the cheaper or cheapest price. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything else was great. Great job. So, wonderful. Interesting thing to learn. I didn't know
Mhm.
about the variation of tires. Okay, let's go next to Igor. Igor, which topic would you like to talk to us about?
Yeah, I will try. I hope my sound is clear. Yeah.
It sounds very good.
Yeah. Okay. So I choose describe how you think the world will be in 100 years.
Okay, go ahead.
I will try, but I will not explain ideal. So I may make mistakes when I talk.
That's okay. That's the point. You're supposed to
Yeah.
make mistakes.
That's why I'm here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do not laugh. Uh, so in my opinion, the world will be in 100 years more computerized and automatized. What I mean? I mean that each person will have a computerized home, will have computerized car, computerized. So world will be more computerized, in one word. And for example, when you come home, you do not need to do many things that you usually do nowadays. I mean, you can only say what to do, and your home will do this. So I see in 100 years that the people from the Earth will have smart homes. Smart homes. It's named of this. All people from around the world will have smart homes. So you will say with your voice what you want to see or what you want to do, and you will have. For example, you can say, "I want to eat," and you will see with food on your table. So also, I see that, for example, if you want to commute somewhere to your job, for example, you will sit down in your car and you will say location, and that car will bring you to that location. So also, people will not do many jobs that they do nowadays. I mean, routine jobs with hands. People will work with mind, with head more, but with handmade jobs will do robots, computerized robots. So I mean that all factories, all processes will be automatized. So people only will look after these processes. And what else? Will be more cities in 100 years. So world will be with cities, not suburb area will be less, and the houses will be with will be like apartments, not apartments, blocks. Taller blocks with many apartments, and people will live in that houses. And what else? Maybe we'll fly to other planets in 100 years. Maybe not. Yeah, I am finished.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So you have some big plans for the future. One question that I have for you, Igor, is: do you think that all of those things are good?
Yeah, for sure. This is the future. We cannot change this. We can change, I mean, this future, but I see that it will be in this way, because now I can see these things that, for example, rich people, they have computerized home. Smart home is named. So nowadays cost a lot of money, but for sure when will be more people will have this type of home, will be cheaper. So I think we'll be in this kind of things. And for example, cars that bring you to job, commute, Google made some kind of cars, and they test in the United States at the moment. But they have a problem that not all states allow this kind of cars without the driver.
Right.
They have this problem, but they want to introduce new laws, I don't know, to kind of lobby to do, so they can start to sell these cars. But they exist already.
Yes, they do, the self-driving cars.
I'm not making up this information. I take from what I saw on TV or what I read.
Okay, excellent job. So before I go, did anybody else hear any mistakes or possible mistakes while Igor was telling us about his view of the future?
I made many of them.
Don't worry. Anybody want to start? No, it's okay. Okay, that means that you did a great job, Igor.
No, that means that my sentences were long and without proper conjunction. How we can say the too long sentences and without proper formulation.
No problem.
They
No
didn't
problem.
understand the main idea. So I understood the main idea, but each sentence and part they didn't understand.
Well, I think you did a great job, and I'm glad that you talked for a while because I was able to notice one of the main problems that you have, and it's a small problem, but a lot of times you may omit articles that are necessary.
Yeah.
So for example, you said in 100 years, in 100 years, and it should be in 100 years, in
Okay.
100 years. Okay, another example would be, so you said, so world will be. So world will be computerized. Okay, and you should say, so the world
How
will
should
be
I say? Sorry?
the world. So let me type it. Okay, so you need that article, the. So the world will be computerized. Okay, so in a lot of your sentences, just make sure to add an article, whether it's a or the. A lot of sentences need one of those articles to kind of specify what you're talking about. Another correction that I had was this word. I don't remember what you were saying exactly, but the word you were meaning was automated, computerized and automated.
Automated, I said. Automatized.
Okay, automated.
It means that's not manual, but all automatic.
Exactly. You can even say automatic, depending on the process, but for a general term, we say automated. Automated. Okay.
When I spoke, I saw on your face that you do not believe what I say. What I say, yeah?
Can you say again?
When I spoke, yeah, I saw on your face that you do not believe in my prediction.
Which one?
All my prediction. That's why I laugh when I spoke. Yeah, that's why I laugh. I spoke and I saw your expression that you don't believe.
I guess I need to cover up my microphone.
Was very funny for me to talk.
No, it's okay. I think it's good. I think the predictions are good because they're not too far-fetched. There are already forms of what you're talking about right now today.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I think that's mainly everything that I had. Just focus on, the main thing was focus on those articles, okay? The world, so it'll bring you a job and things like that. Make sure to put a and the in places where it's necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but great job. Thank you. So let's go next to Ermilo. How are you there?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, great. So what would you like to talk to us about?
Okay, I think I have a lot of mistakes.
Don't worry. That's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about something I lived before. It's a story, but it was true.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember some years ago. I cannot precise exactly. Maybe 10, 15, or maybe 20. I do not remember exactly, but I remember the fact. I was at home when suddenly the sky became black. It was an eclipse. And this was very curious that when the eclipse happened, I don't remember how to say, the husband of the hen, the animal. What is?
Sorry?
Yes. The animal, the hen.
The hen, rooster?
The male of the hen. The hen is the female.
Right, you mean the rooster.
The rooster. Okay. Began to sing because they thought it was the night, you see, but it wasn't. It only was an eclipse. Yes, and I remember it just lasted for I think 10 minutes or something like that. It was not too long, but it was enough to see everything dark as a night. And after that, it it came it became again in light. It was very 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 curious and funny to see that, to be in that moment, seeing what the nature is,
Excellent. I bet that was really amazing.
Yes, it was very amazing. Yes, very incredible how the nature has many things we cannot imagine. But it's necessary to be present, to be a witness of what's happening.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think I spoke with a lot of mistakes, so I don't want to add another one.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. It was very good. Has anybody else seen an eclipse? Or experienced one?
I saw.
Was it amazing?
Not so much. It was not so dark. It was about 70% darkness. Then how we can say that's 17% darkness?
Like a time of day?
I mean, for example, now it's 100%, yeah? So if we take 17% of light, yeah? How we can say in proper sentence, please?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was kind of dark. I don't
Yeah, it was twice darker than in 3 times darker than in usually day. Yeah, so and it was about 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, and nothing special.
The eclipse I'm talking about was 100%.
Yes, I think that would be incredible. But I guess it depends on where you are in the world,
Mexico.
what the position is.
In Mexico, and it was about 15 or 20 years ago.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So, great story. Let's hear if anybody had any errors while you were listening.
I understood what he was talking about, but I couldn't catch mistakes. So, but I understood the idea. Not one idea, but each sentence about rooster, about animals, about all kind of things.
Okay, very good. So let's see. Carlos, did you hear any errors?
I understand the idea, but I don't know if they did mistake because my level is not so good.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't
Or
worry.
maybe my pronunciation is not good.
It's like me. You are Hispano.
Yo hablo español también.
Okay, very good. But let's see. We also have Jason. Did you hear any errors while you were listening?
Sorry, I didn't hear anything false.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Hello,
Yes.
I think it's okay.
Okay. And it was very good, Ermilo. So don't worry. I know you think it was full of mistakes, but it was very good. It was very good what you said. Okay.
I had 1 or 2. I do not know.
I've got them for you right now. I'm about to tell you.
Okay, you're going to tell me later.
But I'll tell you. The first one that you said, I cannot precise exactly. You were trying to figure out what time or how long ago this eclipse happened. A better way to say that might be, I cannot say exactly, or I cannot say precisely what time, okay? So when you say
Okay.
precise exactly, it's kind of redundant. So you just say either I cannot say precisely or I cannot say exactly when it happened.
So
Okay?
I cannot put precise and exactly together.
Right. It sounds strange because they're kind of similar in meaning, so it's a little bit redundant. Okay?
What is
Okay.
redundant?
Redundant means repetitive.
Okay.
So saying two things unnecessarily together.
I understand
So,
redundance is to use two words with the same meaning, so it's not necessary to put the two words. Just with one is enough.
right. So if I said something like, I also am going to, like that would be redundant because also and to have the same meaning and I don't need to use both of them.
Maybe you want to emphasize that you also too.
Maybe. Maybe. Sometimes we can be redundant on purpose, but usually it sounds bad and we shouldn't do that. Okay?
We have the same rule here in Spanish. For example, if we say subo para arriba, it is not correct.
Right, because the original verb is already saying go up, right?
That's right.
Okay. Excellent. Another word, and you're maybe worried about your pronunciation, you said, but your pronunciation was good. Just this word right here. This is a sound that always gives trouble. Curious. Okay, so that U is curious. Instead of curious, it's curious. Okay?
Curious.
Perfect.
Curiosity.
Perfect.
Curiosity.
Perfect. So if you kind of imagine that U as a Y-O-O sound, U. Okay?
Thanks.
Everything else, let me see. Again, in light. Oh, one of the last sentences that you said was, it became again in light. Okay, so you said it was in complete darkness and it became again in light. What's a better way maybe that you could have said that or phrased that?
It became in light.
Became lighter.
You could say it became lighter or it became light again. Okay, so maybe not using the word in, you could say it became light or lighter, or it became, oops.
But I can say again.
Right, you can say again.
It became light again.
Exactly. Let me type that. Okay, you can say it became light again, but just not this word in. We don't need it. Okay? So everything else was good. Main correction is with pronunciation, that U sound, like curious, but everything else was pretty good. Okay, so let's go next to Jason. Jason, what would you like to talk to us about?
I think I would like to talk about, if I have $1 million, what should I do?
Okay, perfect. Interesting question. So let's listen to what Jason would do with $1 million. Go ahead.
If I have $1 million, I would like to buy a house in China. Yeah, because now in China, the house will be very dear. About 8,000 Chinese yuan per square meter. And then I will take a traveling to some foreign countries such as Paris, America, England, and to take something good to eat. and buy something. Oh, sorry, but buy the things I would like to have, such as house.
Okay, excellent. And what else? What other kind of things would you buy? What are the things that you'd like to have?
I think it's very difficult thing. Because I have many things want to have, but I don't know how to say. Let me think. I want to have a shop, to hold a shop.
Okay, and what kind of shop?
To buy to buy some, to sell some clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good, very
Yes.
good. And tell us about your house, because this is the main thing you want to buy. What kind of house do you want?
The house is about 100 square meters. Yes. There are 3 rooms in my house. One is for my parents, and the other one is for my son or daughter. And the last one is for me and my wife. Yes.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yes.
What?
I think we can have a garden in the house we have. We can to grow some flowers and to play some games in the garden. Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Anything else?
I think it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good, very good.
Sorry
No,
for
no
my
problem.
poor
No
English.
problem. You did a great job. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we heard about what Jason would like to buy if he had $1 million. Did anybody hear any mistakes before I tell? Anybody?
No mistakes.
Very good.
100% correct.
Well, you did a great job, Jason. And the main thing that I wanted to congratulate you doing is talking in the kind of conditional sense, because a lot of times we find that difficult when you're talking about a hypothetical situation. Like if I had $1 million, and you did a great job of saying I would buy this and this, and I would buy this. Okay, so good job there.
Okay. The same as if I if I were a girl, I would do something. Right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, exactly. So something that's not true, but a hypothetical situation, you use that conditional tense, and that's something that you did well, that you did correctly. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me see. And there were very few errors. One thing that you said was you said, take something good to eat. Take something good to eat. And what should it be? What should that be instead of take?
Take something good to. Sorry, I don't know if now. Sorry.
Bye.
That's okay.
I just.
Right, right. Instead of using the verb to take, you should probably use the verb to buy. Buy something good to eat. Unless you're going to take it.
Okay,
But
okay.
you have $1 million, so you should buy it. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Take from the shelters.
Yes. Okay.
I think we can use special tense. For example, if I were rich, right? That's correct.
Right, exactly. And that's another example of a hypothetical situation. So normally you say I was or I am, but in these hypothetical situations we use I were. If I were rich,
Yes.
you know. So good there. And let me see. The only other correction I had is to make sure and have your subject, because you said, I have many things want to have. I have many things want to have. And you need to remember to put your subject there. So it should be, I have many things I want to have. Let me type.
Yes.
Okay, so even though you've said I at the beginning of the sentence, you have to say I again in the middle because you have another verb. Okay?
Okay. No.
Okay, everything else was excellent. No other corrections. Great job. Okay, so it's
Thank you.
round 2.
Audrey, would you mind you to take a topic and to speak 1 minute? So we
Would you
could
like me
see.
to?
Yeah, you can, for example, and 1 minute or 2 minutes to speak, so we see how you speak.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us
see.
about
Good
the
idea.
best day you ever had.
The best day I ever had.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Let me tell Jason something.
Okay, go ahead. Before.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
This is after after the topic.
Okay,
Thank
very
you,
good.
guys.
So Igor, you want me to talk about the best day I ever had?
Yeah, for me it's very hard to speak on these topics in my own language because I'm not so creative. So I want to see how you would speak in. You're a native speaker, so.
Testing me.
No. For me, it's interesting how you would speak as a native speaker, because for me, it's hard in my own language to speak on these topics. So to make up some information in 2 minutes. I mean, to speak about something, it's not so. For me, it's easier in dialogues to speak. Someone asks me, I answer. I ask something to someone, that person answers. But to speak about something, it's very hard for me in my own language.
And I agree. So let me say this, and you can watch me struggle as I talk in my own language.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe the best day that I ever had is I went to Jamaica because my family is from Jamaica, and I went there with my brother, my sister, and my father. And we went to this place called Dunn's River Falls. And I don't know if you know anything about Jamaica, but Dunn's River Falls is a very famous place in Jamaica, and it's a man-made waterfall. It's not real, not natural. But it's a very touristy place, but we went there anyway. It's far from where my family lives, and it's this waterfall that you climb up. So it's made for people to be able to climb up. So we climbed up the whole waterfall, and there were a lot of tourists as well while we were there climbing up. But it was really great because my whole family was there, and a lot of that family I never see because they're in Jamaica and I don't travel there often. So it was nice to spend the day with some cousins and some aunts and uncles that I've never seen before, and get to know a family that I didn't know I had. So that may have been the best day that I ever had.
What is the language spoken in Jamaica?
It's English.
Okay.
But it's an interesting version of English. Sometimes we call it patois, which is like a dialect that's spoken in a lot of the islands in the Caribbean. It's kind of a mix of, there's French patois, and anyway, that's another topic.
Okay, but the official language is English.
Right, the language is English. And even native speakers like myself, of course I don't have a Jamaican accent, and my family does. My family's quite easy to understand, but in other parts of Jamaica, the accent, the dialect is like a completely different language. It does not sound like English. Even though it is English, it doesn't sound like English. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. While you were listening, did I make any mistakes?
No, but I think this is not the best day you ever had. I think you have another day, the best day. I think this is not the
I
best.
think it's perfect. Perfect.
See, Jason agrees. Maybe
Yes,
I do
I
have
think.
a bit.
Sorry, I just said it's perfect.
Okay, very good. And Igor, what were you saying?
You concentrate. You was concentrated on what looks like that place, but you haven't developed why why was that day the best. I mean,
It's
you
true.
developed. You said that you meet the family, you meet the parents, and these things, but you not developed this this why and what was. But you said more about the place, what looks like that place.
Yes, you probably are right there, but I only had a minute, so.
I
Okay.
found a mistake and
Sorry?
I found a mistake and what Igor said.
And what's that?
Okay.
He said you was and you were.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that, but yeah, we say you were instead of.
You're muted.
Yes, I see that.
You're muted again.
There we go.
But I spoke with dialect. I know that some people from United States speak with this.
Yes, that's true. That's
was.
true. But let's move on. Let's go to. Okay, try not to mute me. Hear me.
Cool. What's the matter?
So, Carlos, would you like to choose?
Hey?
Yes, Carlos, would you like to choose another topic to speak to us about?
Have to be a different topic, or I can select the same like another one.
You can say the same, like something else that you learned that was interesting.
What would you do with $1 million?
Okay.
Okay, of course, my family don't gonna need nothing because I have got the money. They don't have to work, but I can buy the health for them, the healthy for them. With the rest of the money, I'm gonna do a speaker manufacture factory. Because I love the speaker and the music, I'm gonna put one shop in every one of the most important cities in the world, like Madrid, London, New York, and maybe another one, and I don't know at the moment. People can go inside the store and listen to my speaker. Maybe they can buy them. That's all.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. So, let's see, did anybody hear any mistakes?
I think Ming Quan heard you about a mistake. By that he was muting you.
Yes, I don't know why that was happening, but not anymore. Okay, anything else? And that was very good, Carlos. The only thing that I heard was at the beginning. You said, maybe I heard wrong. You said, my family don't gonna do anything.
Don't gonna need anything.
Okay, so how would it be better? Instead of saying don't, what would you say?
I don't know.
So your family is singular because it's one group. Even though it's multiple people, it's singular. So we say My family doesn't.
Doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't.
So remember that family, even though you're referring to multiple people, family is a singular noun. So anytime you're using verbs. Sorry?
I was telling you if it's singular, I have to say if it's plural, don't.
Can you say one more time? There's some problems with the connection, I think. I can't hear you very well.
If it's plural,
family?
I have to say doesn't.
If it's plural, we say don't. And if it's singular, we say doesn't. Okay. There's still some connection. I can't really hear you very well. Yes?
Can we apply this to the people?
People is different. People is actually plural.
Yes,
okay?
I know. But
so we don't use
family can be plural because can be many persons.
But family is always going to be singular, even though it's referring to many people. We always say it singular. Now, people is a little bit different. It can be either singular or plural.
So family, always we will say my family does.
Mm-hmm.
And the people does? No.
The people do.
Do, right. Okay.
Generally, the people is plural.
It's plural.
However, the reason why you might say that it's singular is if you say a people, meaning a maybe a nationality. Not one person, but a people, like a people in the United States or a people in China. That's referring to one group of people.
But anyway, it continues being plural.
In this case, it's singular. If you're referring to a national group of people, yes.
A people will
people
be
means party.
singular.
So a people can mean a group of people.
Yeah, a group of people. But how are we going to refer to this, like singular or plural?
Singular. When we mean a people, meaning a group of people, based on nationality or based on religion or something like this, that's when we use it singular.
Okay, so we can say a people does.
Right.
This or that. Okay, and the people do.
Exactly.
Okay, I understood now.
Perfect. Okay, everything else was great. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, then let's give Igor another shot at one of these speaking topics.
Yeah, I would like to choose the same topic. What would you do with $1 million?
Okay, so let's hear it. We can compare everybody's plans if they win the lottery.
Yeah, but take in consideration that I don't have now 1 million, so this is only plans. So when I would have, maybe I would do something else.
Okay, let's hear it.
Other question?
Yes, Hermilo?
Yeah, is the same to say a people or a people?
Right, a or a, you can say it either way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good question. So go ahead, Igor.
So if I were millionaire, if I would have $1 million, I would first I would open a business, some businesses in my country, and I would open these businesses in a rural area. So these businesses would be something to produce some kind of food. Why I would choose this kind of business? Because in my country, in the rural area, people are not so rich, they are poor. So I would give them an opportunity to have a better job, to have a job. So they would have money to rise and to to brought their children and to give them properly education. Also, with money, I would this money I would buy for me a house near the beach, so I would can enjoy the beach and the ocean. And the rest of the money I would give to poor people. So that's what I would do with my hypothetical $1 million.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So, any errors? I'm not sure if I should ask anybody or not. Nobody says if they hear any errors. So maybe I should just tell you.
I don't like a house close the beach because the tsunamis.
That's true. That's true. Maybe, Igor, you need a backup house that's not near the beach, just to be safe.
Yeah, but where tsunami? Not in all places where a house near the beach is tsunami. In some places, but in some places are safe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Okay, very good. One correction, just the same thing that I was telling to you before.
articles.
Right, the article. So tell me, when you said, if I were a millionaire, what should you have said?
If I were a millionaire,
Perfect. If I were a millionaire. Okay?
I said if I were a millionaire, right? Without
Right,
okay.
right. And the other thing you said, you want to put businesses in rural area. So what should you have said?
Could you repeat, please, what I said?
Right, you said to put businesses or to put those businesses that you wanted to make in rural area.
To open businesses in rural area. I meant.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. I just talked about the article. Okay, so instead
What is the word before area? Can you type it?
Rural.
I think he had. Yeah.
What was that, Jason?
Sorry, I just said he has a great plan than me in mind.
Yes, I think so too. Because you're not only giving money to poor people, you're giving them a chance to rise up on their own. Great idea.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. The last correction I had is you said this sentence, or this part of a sentence, I would, can, enjoy.
I would enjoy without can.
Right.
I would be able.
You can say exactly. I would be able.
Okay, to enjoy.
I would be able to enjoy.
And I have a question. For example, when I speak with a native speaker, for example, they see that I talk without these articles. They see this mistake.
Yes.
It's very, very distinguishing mistake.
Yes, but it's such a common mistake that it sounds like part of an accent. So it's not, when I hear it, it sounds bad and it sounds like a mistake. It sounds like part of an accent. It's very common for people who are learning English to forget articles and put them in wrong places. So it sounds like kind of part of an accent.
So you understand that I am from another country, not from United States, basically.
Right, exactly.
Oh, it is very bad. I should.
Don't worry.
No, I'm not worried. I should learn this, not to learn, but to put these articles in.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's very important to be able to use the articles because it does make you sound more native, more fluent in the language.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Jason, did you have a question? Were you asking something before?
No, I have nothing to ask. Just want to know. I would can enjoy. It's a wrong expression, right?
Right. To say I would can, that's incorrect. You would say I would be able to enjoy.
Yes, I would be able to do something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So we are going to stop there for now. Any questions about any of the corrections that I gave you while we were going through here? If not, I'll just give you some personal things. Again, just personal reminders of the things that I noticed as you were speaking. Ermila, the only thing that I noticed maybe was in your pronunciation. Remember that U sound. Try to, not just in the word curious, but in all words with that long U sound, make sure to pronounce that correctly. Instead of the U, it's U.
Always
And
is you.
it depends on the context, or it depends on the word. Sometimes it can be U, and sometimes it can have different sounds. But typically we don't have the U sound from just a U.
It's like in university.
Right. So instead of university, it's university.
University.
But what you can recommend how to, for me, how to put these articles in when I speak, how to do this automatically, or I don't know how to learn this thing.
Yeah,
What's
and the
recommendation?
almost every noun, not almost every noun, but all the nouns, if you're talking about a specific thing, even if it's like, for example, you said the world, you're talking about a specific object, you want to put an article in front of it, okay? So if you're thinking about something specific or some specific object or item or group of items, you almost always want to put an article in front. So just while you're talking, think about the nouns that you're using, and if you're referring to specific items, and try and remember to put an article in front of almost every noun that you use.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want to. Can you help me to pronounce vocabulary? It's very difficult for me to pronounce it.
Okay, this word is vocabulary. Vocabulary.
What
We can see the use of you.
vocabulary, right?
Exactly. And again, you can see that U sound. Vocabulary. Okay?
Vocabulary.
Perfect. Perfect.
And this word I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Which one?
Normal.
Normal. Normal.
Normal.
Perfect. So just remember to pronounce that L at the end. Normal. Okay?
Normal. Okay, thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for coming to class. I hope that you learned a little bit more about your particular problems when you're speaking English, and hopefully you'll come again and try and work on those problems, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
excellent.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you,
care,
sir.
everyone.